Hey everybody, welcome back to I Know a Guy. Today we're meeting with Vicente. He's had a career as a finance and strategic operations professional for over 30 years. How you doing today, Vicente?
I'm good, Anthony. How are you, man?
Oh, I can't complain. It's nice out. It's a little warmer than I'd like it to be, but it's going to be cool before too long, and I'll kind of want the
Absolutely.
warm back. So,
Yeah.
yeah, awesome, awesome. So, where are you calling in from?
I'm in Miami, Florida.
And here I am talking about how hot it is up here in Iowa. So,
Yeah.
different, different story down there.
Yeah.
Are you from the area? You've been there for a while?
I'm Colombian. I was born in the States, but I'm raised in Colombia. Moved back in '93, and I've been in the U.S. for the past 32 years plus. And yeah, it's been mostly in Miami, but I also lived 5 years in Seattle and about 12 or 13 years in Houston.
Okay. Is Miami home though? Is that where you like it better than the other ones, or?
Well, Miami is home today. You never know what comes, man.
I got you. Well, I've never been that far into Florida, all the way down to Miami. What do you recommend doing? Obviously there's the beach and stuff, but like, what's the fun thing that you'd recommend
I'll,
somebody?
I'll tell you something. If you're going to be down here, you have to do the Everglades. You have to do the airboat rides. You go see the alligators.
Hmm.
Beaches you can find anywhere,
Yeah.
but not everywhere you're going to be able to get on an airboat and take a nice ride down the Everglades.
I don't know. The alligators, they're dinosaurs. I don't want to mess with them.
Yeah, but you're not going to be. They're not going to be that close anyway. So,
Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see what I do. But, so what can you tell us about what you do?
um, so you said finance and strategic operations. That's what I've been doing for the past 7 or 8 years. Uh, full blown. Before that, I was in business development and finance in different areas. Most of my career was in the financial services industry. Last few years, I'm saying few, 7 or 8, it's been in the tech side and financing tech, so fintechs around the world, and also working on strategic operations to help companies grow. My last stint was with a startup, and we took it from 13 countries to 48 countries. So it was a challenge, but it was a fun ride.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's really interesting, being a part of a startup that's growing into something, but then going from country to country to country. It's just an added layer. Awesome. How'd you get started doing this? Like, what made you decide this is your path?
Well, things like I mentioned, I was in the financial services area when I moved back to Miami in 2016, 17. It was to come and work for a family office. I came to manage a family office, so it was still in the finance world. But a lot of what they did was investment in the companies, and they were invested in a startup fintech. They asked me to help them with the finance side of it, help them take a look at it, and one thing led to another, and I ended up taking the CFO role, and operations rolled up to the CFO. So growing at the strategic side of it was an interesting ride.
Okay, cool, cool. What's your favorite thing about what you're doing?
Honestly, it's seeing the change. Within finance, you see the numbers, you see everything, and a lot of what the result of what the change is going to be. By being involved in the operation side, strategy, and finance, you see everything grow. So you see the change as it happens. And if anything is not what you're expecting, you're allowed to, you can move from one side to another
Mhm.
and help those changes funnel through to what your ultimate goal is.
Mhm. Okay. So you've been in the industry for, you said, about 30 years or so, more recently the last 8 years. So if you had to start over today, if you were somebody new coming into the business, what would you do different as opposed to how you started?
I'll tell you, I've conversations I've had with my kids, as a matter of fact, is because I have an MBA, I'm a finance guy, and I have an MBA. And one thing I tell them is nowadays you need to get more specific with what you want to do. If I could do something different, I would have, instead of doing an MBA, an overall MBA, I would have focused it more on the finance side or on the operational side, just trying to get a better footing on it. 30 years as a professional, 30 plus years as a professional basically gives me a little bit of experience that helped me grow. Nowadays, it's extremely competitive. So if I could do something different, I would be more centered on a specific area that I wanted to follow.
Really? Awesome. I didn't know that. So, instead of being more of a generalist, you really
Yeah,
hyper focus. And okay, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, but if you're trying to compete against other people that are going specifically for this one role, you do need to shine in another way.
yeah.
Okay.
No, you limit yourself on certain things, but if that's what you want to do, go ahead, you go follow it.
Mhm. Okay. And obviously you've worked a lot, locally in the US and then internationally as well. Do you prefer something that's on the international scale or do you prefer domestic or
I'll tell you, I like the domestic side. You know, the growth of companies in the U.S. is it's exponential what you can do here.
Mhm.
But most of the growth that you're going to have nowadays involves some international side of it. So if having the experience of it, it helps me bring something to the table that other folks don't have. And but I like when you're starting or you're focusing at the beginning, the U.S. is a great market to be in.
Mhm. What are some good introductions for you? People that you like to meet that tend to synergize well with what you're doing or you're able to help out and vice versa.
Right. So, a lot of what I'm doing today, I'm doing, I have a consulting firm that focuses on finance strategy and operations. So I'm looking for small to medium-sized business owners that need a partner to help them grow. And I can bring something that they don't have in their teams, whether it's at a project basis or as a fractional often, CFO, COO, whatever you call it, what they need at the time, and help them, partner up and help them grow though. So small to medium sized companies is where I would focus on.
Okay. What would
Industry
you
wise, it's not a big deal. A lot of what I bring to the table is transferable within industries. So by partnering up with the business owners, they have a lot of the industry knowledge that
Mhm.
comes to play. I just bring the overall knowledge on the functions themselves.
Mhm. Okay, yeah. Because a lot of businesses even between industries, they share a lot of the same structure,
Mhm.
has to work certain ways. Okay, great. Well, is there anything that I missed to ask, I failed to ask that you wanted to you mention, or it might be something you're working on, or something that I didn't highlight for you?
No, like I said, my previous role in the company that I was with was as a chief financial and strategic operations officer. Today, I'm doing consulting, and that's what I'm looking for. If I can grow a consulting practice, that's where I want to be. And I think I bring more to the table than just being a specific officer in one company.
Okay, awesome. Well, what's the best way people to get a hold of you?
I'm on LinkedIn, so Vicente Davila at LinkedIn, and I know you're going to publish your my email and phone, so email or text works.
Perfect. Yeah, and guys, absolutely reach out to him. I've met with him a few times now. He's always thinking of others. He's made some introductions for me back and forth. He's very reciprocal in that. So for sure, reach out to him. If you are shy, you don't want to reach out directly, let me know. I'll make that introduction for you. But otherwise, if anybody out there would also like to be interviewed, feel free to reach out to me. My link tree has all my socials. It has my calendar link. Let's find a time to talk. But other than that, I really appreciate you coming on. I hope you have an awesome day and let's all get out there and meet some more people. All right.
Thanks a lot.
All right. Take care.